Hey guys, Parallel here, and welcome to Star Trek Online. In this video, it is time to take down the Iconians in the new featured episode, Midnight. That's right folks, in this video I'm going to be taking a look at the new featured episode, Midnight, in which we are going to be taking down the Iconians once and for all. Supposedly, this is the last episode in the long-running Iconian story arc. So I am very excited to give this a try and to see what's going to happen. I have no idea what's going to happen in this mission. I have not seen any spoilers or anything related to this mission at all. So I'm going in completely blind, and I just want to see how this goes. I'm expecting there will be some kind of temporal shenanigans going on. The whole theme of this story arc has been time travel and time manipulation using the Krenim technology, so this could go any number of ways, and I'm curious to see what happens. So let's go ahead and dive right in on this mission. I'm going to be using my Romulan Tactical Officer, and I'm actually thinking to add a little bit of challenge to this. I am going to bump it up to advanced difficulty. And let's get started here. I am going to be flying in my fleet heavy Mogai Warbird, and you can see what I'm running right here. So yeah, this is the ship I will be running, and I am on my here's my ground gear on my Romulan Tactical Officer. Just real quick, I'm not going to do a full build, but I just wanted you to see what I am going to be running here. Alright, let's go ahead and get started. I really want to see what's going to happen in this mission. And once the mission is all done, I will of course take a look at the rewards that it gives. Oh, I passed it. Take a look at the rewards that it gives. I believe it is a new space set that they are giving out for this, so I will take a look at that in detail and see what it has to offer. Alright, let's click on here, and let's go ahead and hail and give this a go.
One way or another, the war ends today. The Iconians are massing for a final push towards the key worlds of the Alliance. We are gathering any remaining forces to mount a defense. And perhaps, if we are fortunate, we will be able to turn back time.
Turn back time, huh? Alright, so yeah, you get your featured episode weekly reward. Oh, looks like is it a title? Yeah, a title. A new cosmetic unlock. That's pretty cool. And here is, here's the first week's reward. Looks like a deflector array. And then there is also an impulse engine, a shield, and a space trait at the end. An nanite repair matrix. Interesting. Well, I will be taking a look at all the rewards at the end here. It's a little better to do it once at the end after I actually get the item, because then I'll be able to see, I'll be able to have it in my inventory and check what the set bonuses will be. So I'll wait till the end to do that. Let's go ahead and accept this. And let's transwarp there. And for anyone who doesn't know, the transwarps for featured episodes are always free, so it's always good to take advantage of that. While the episode is running, you can transwarp to that location for free as often as you like with no cooldown, which is always handy. In fact, this one, I believe, it looks like it plops us right next to the Dyson sphere. So it's actually the Solanae Dyson sphere, but it's good if you want to get to the Delta Quadrant too. All right, so here we are. Let's head up here and begin.
You are cleared for docking.
Oh, it looks like we are back on the Krenim research station. which is where pretty much all of these Iconian missions have been. Let's see, my officer is telling me here. The Crenum temporal phasing technology makes this one of the few safe rallying points for what remains of the Alliance fleet. Captain, I hope I'm not speaking out of line, but I'm looking forward to paying back the Iconians for all of the ships and friends that are missing from this muster? Okay. I miss them too, but right now I need to check in with some of the other captains about our orders. Okay. So let's take a look. Let me use my Nukara Tribble here. Oh no, wait, that's the Solanae Tribble, isn't it? Yeah, Solanae Tribble. And right, I wanted to check, sorry, let me just quickly check the volume levels because the voices sound a little bit low audio. Okay, I do have voice volume maxed out, so hopefully that is good enough so you'll be able to hear the voice acting. Let's head in here. So I guess we're talking to the other captains. Captain Corrin, okay.
The High Command is still intact, and Kronos remains unconquered. Even so, this war cannot be won if we lose Earth. The Bortesque will fight until she can fight no more, as will I. If this is to be our end, then I will meet it with blade in hand and blood in my teeth. I can ask for no greater honor than to fight beside an ally who has shown this courage time and again.
Qapla', Captain Corrin of the Bortesque, and I'm guessing we're talking to Shan from the Enterprise.
Glad you're here. We've been fighting non-stop, and it feels like we're barely making a dent. Command says we're preparing for our last chance. I hope they have an ace up their sleeve, because I can't see a way to defeat the Iconians in a straight military battle. Whatever happens, just remember that you'll always have the Enterprise at your side.
Thank you, Captain Shan. And of course, Commander Jarek of the Lasette.
All these years of pain and strife, and it comes to this? I cannot believe that this is how we will end. Our suffering, our struggles cannot be rendered so meaningless. You know what we have been through. This bitter taste, this grief that washes over me, cannot be the last thing that I feel. We will rise again from this. We must.
Jolan True, Commander Jarek. No one mentioned anything about the temporally shielded computer core from the last episode. I wonder if they've gotten any information from that. It's grim, sir. Most of our people are trying to stay hopeful, but we've lost so much in this war. The pressure is just wearing everyone down. We should go to the briefing. Maybe Captain Kagran has some good news. Alright. Let's head to the briefing room. Alright, Captain Kagran, let's see
We
what...
have defeated one Iconian, but the cost to do so was too high. The Iconian forces are too numerous for us to sustain such a strategy. We have been forced to our last resort. The Crenum time ship has been modified, and we can use it to generate a portal to send us back to the ancient time of Iconia. Once there, we must prevent any Iconians from escaping the destruction of their home world.
Whoa.
If necessary, we must kill the remaining Iconians ourselves.
Wait a second here. Since when can the Crenum ship travel through time? I guess they say they modified it, so I guess that's possible, but that is very strange. The Crenum ship was always about removing something from the time stream, not actually traveling through time. Okay, I guess they modified it? Let's see here. Our time travel experiments have all failed so far.
We presumably failed a temporal incursion, changing things in the past while remaining in a bubble of temporally shielded current time. This allows the timeline to unfold as it will, almost randomly. My team and I have been working on an alternative method that will actually send someone back in time to the past, where they can directly affect the timeline and help to guide it along the desired path. We've been running some basic scenarios that leave us quite hopeful that we can aid in the original attacks on ancient Iconia, to ensure there are no survivors for us to deal with in the present.
Interesting. And I'm guessing that the person they will be sending back will be me. But this is very strange. I mean, this would have massive repercussions on the timeline if they actually went back and killed all the Iconians and they never actually escaped their homeworld's destruction. That would be quite crazy. Alright, this seems like an exceedingly risky plan. Yeah, no kidding. And even if it works, we'll be engaging in genocide.
We cannot sustain this war. The Iconians will destroy or conquer every species in the galaxy. If we do not stop them now, there is no guarantee that this plan will work. But if we do not try, we will certainly lose everything. Our long-range sensors have detected signs of transit from the Iconian spheres. The Iconians must be preparing their heralds for another large-scale invasion. We are gathering our remaining forces to make our stand.
Okay. Well, this is... this is not the way I was expecting it to go, but let's see.
The Iconians have picked our next battlefield, and it is the Sol System. If Earth falls, we have lost this war. We have one move left to us, and it is to move this war to a battlefield of our own design.
Well, Tuvok and Harry are here.
The Iconians in the past. We've identified that the Iconians were forced from their homeworld in an attack 200,000 years ago. We will take part in that attack and ensure there are no survivors to fight us in the present. Noy's team is busy reconfiguring the time ship. There are no guarantees, even with time travel on our side. We must hold out long enough for a ship to pass through a temporal portal. That means fighting this fight, and every other, until this technology is complete.
Captain, this goes against everything we stand for. Everything we've been fighting for.
You talk of honor, and duty, and freedom. All of these will just be words if we fail. We can try to live up to these ideals when we survive.
Well, at least Sean is talking some sense, but looks like we're gonna go forward with this plan. Are you ready to return to the Radiant, sir? Transport to our ship. Alright. So the Sol System looks like their target.
You are cleared for departure. Good luck.
Holy cow. Wow, that is a lot of heralds. Oh crap, and look at Space Dock. It's like already falling apart. The Iconians have begun their attack. Incoming hail from Captain Kagren.
I've gotten word from Noy. They've completed their modifications, and the Crinim time ship is on its way. We must hold off the heralds long enough for the Crinim ship to arrive and generate a portal. Once the portal is open, we will go back in time to ancient Iconia and try to change history. But first, we must survive long enough to do so.
Oops, didn't mean to interrupt you there. Where can we shore up the defenses?
Enterprise here. We've intercepted a group of heralds. Can you give us a hand with them?
Acknowledged, Enterprise. We are on our way. Alright, let's
This
cloak
is the
up.
USS Hood. Our attack group is taking heavy losses.
RRW Vivetrix responding to your call for assistance, Hood.
Yeah, let's take out these raiders. And there's another raider over here. Alright. Let's see if we can get this cruiser going. Oh, EMP probes all over the place. Take another cruiser here. Alright, let's take out the big battleship. Let's get some flanking bonus here. Alright.
This is the USS Cleveland. We're losing reactor containment. We need immediate assistance.
Enterprise can hold the line. Help get those ships back into the fight.
Okay, let's get the Cleveland going.
Magnetic fields are failing. All hands abandon ship.
Oh crap. Did they make it? Apparently not. Okay, let's get the escape pods.
Curlin here.
I think the Defiant could use some help. The Defiant? Okay. Let's do the same thing here. Let's focus on these raiders, because they will destroy your hull when they go into their kind of ramming or strafing run that they do.
Reporting Herald ships are moving into some kind of massive infrastructure. Requesting immediate assistance.
Something is happening near the station. That's not good. Let's see if we can finish up these cruisers and then the battleship. Alright, so far so good. There's the Defiant.
Integrity. We need someone on damage control, or we may lose them before the ships in dock can mobilize.
Is that an Akira?
Akagi
And
here.
what's this one?
We've restored main power.
Oh, that's the new,
Thanks for keeping
what's
the
that called?
gantries
New
intact.
Galaxy.
Bringing the fight 99th Attack Wing into battle
I know.
now.
ESD control. We're losing life support and transporters
Vesta
are
too,
offline.
cool.
Earth's space dock has lost main power. We're evacuating the crew.
Well, Earth Space Dock is in trouble. They've lost their power. Let's get there as quick as we can. Ooh. What the? Cardassians are here? Whoa. More heralds warping in here. It's not good.
All non-essential personnel are away.
No, there's another crowd control out. Let's see behind him here. Alright. Well, we do have a lot of help here, that's for sure. Alright, let's see what Ops has to say here. Captain, the Heralds are maneuvering to attack the Alliance fleet exposed flank. We need to move quickly to intercept them before they can disrupt the battle lines. Okay, let's head to the next waypoint. Is that a Samsar? Man, this Alliance is pulling out all the stops here. We got like every kind of ship. Man, gotta hate those EMP probes. Oh crap. Dang, that thing took me out quick. What the heck? The Dominion?
I told you I'd be back, and this time I brought friends.
We've
What
brought
the?
together forces from every quadrant of the galaxy. The Iconians have done the impossible. They've united us.
The Dominion? With Empress Sela? What the heck is going on here?
Happy to see me. It doesn't look like things have been going too well so far. I left because I needed to find allies for this war, ones who you couldn't or wouldn't talk to. The Dominion understands the Iconian threat, and they are quite eager to protect their stake in this galaxy.
Your timing is, as always, impeccable.
The Herald ships are regrouping. We should use this respite to our advantage. Form up at the KIS Anarax. We must protect it long enough for it to activate a time portal. Once the portal is stabilized, we can use it to go back to Iconia's past and hopefully undo this war before it starts.
That's our only option?
Our situation is desperate. If we fail here, Earth will fall, and Kronos won't have much hope of standing without it.
This is our last chance then. I'll see you in the past. Now before I do that, I want to look at some of these Dominion ships. What is this thing? Dominion battleship. I don't know if I've ever seen this ship before. That's pretty badass. Is that like even bigger than like the Dreadnought Dreadnought? There's a couple of them. Jem'Hadar Heavy Escort. Of course, the attack ships flying around. Interesting. Well, that's pretty cool. So Sela brought us a whole Jem'Hadar fleet. That is pretty impressive. Okay, well that's that's our only option, and this is our last chance then.
I'm arriving with the time ship. We must protect it until the portal is stable.
Okay, so there is the there's the time ship. Let's get these raiders down. Let's get on this battleship.
Keep those Iconians off us. Temporal coordinates have been
I'll take out that solar gateway this time. Let's get in for some flanking here.
We're halfway there. Creating a bridge across space time.
Holy crap, that is a lot of heralds coming in here. Now someone's tractor beam me. Okay. Can't move. I'm in trouble again. Let's get some heals. Let's heal everything I can.
Stabilizing the temporal portal so a ship can travel through it.
Gosh, this is a ton of battleships. Pretty much used, like, let's call in my Delta reinforcements here.
That's it! The portal is active and stable. Enter it now!
Okay, I guess I'm going before I die. Wow, that was a pretty epic fight.
Energizing temporal emitter. The time portal is open and stable.
Go! Get through that portal!
Setting a course now.
Oh.
The heralds are firing on the portal!
Snap. There goes an Akira.
The portal is destabilizing. Hurry!
Now the heralds are trying to close it or damage
More
it.
gateways! An Iconian flagship is moving in!
This is the moment of your extinction.
Not today. Everyone, form up and cover our six.
Theirs not to make reply. Theirs not to reason why. Theirs but to do and die. Into the Valley of Death rode the 600.
Okay, where the heck did we end up? That was a pretty epic cutscene.
Evaluating astrometrics. Confirmed. We have traveled back approximately 200,000 years. Only our two ships made it through.
There are no signs of Captain Cogran or his ship. We will have to continue the mission without him.
Oh, so we're like here with we're here with Sela, and I don't see any Jem'Hadar. Just Sela by herself, huh? She's pretty trusting. She's pretty trusting to come here without any guards. Alright, let me quickly make sure I have proper ground abilities slotted here. I believe in the patch they actually fixed this issue where your ground abilities for your bridge officers would reset. I haven't had a chance to test it myself, but hopefully if I reset them now, they will actually stay put. That would be a fantastic bug fix if this actually works. This has been an incredibly annoying bug. Like, you'll be reset these abilities, and then when you change a map, they will all reset back to the defaults. And yep, decoy, and I use tripwire drone. Yes, medical generator, yes. Okay, got my bridge officers all set here. So where the heck are we? Oh crap.
You've seen the ruins of a once mighty empire. This is Iconia at the height of its power.
Shoot. I did not mean to skip past that. I hit the wrong button there, and that messed it up. Darn it. But, okay, apparently these are Iconians. And then I have to follow this guy somewhere. Let's take a look at some of these. So this must be... They kind of do look like Iconians. They must be kind of... This is before they became or evolved into energy beings, I guess. But the look is similar. And they still have the Iconian orbs, and the architecture is all the same. Cool. So let's keep following this guy. There's Matara. Herald of Matara. Who? I wonder where Taket is. Okay, well, let's talk to Matara.
I apologize for the interruption, Honored One. These travelers have just arrived at our city. Their chronoton particles are out of phase, and per your instructions, I have brought them to you.
So they know we're time traveling because our chronotons are out of phase. Okay, let's listen in.
Thank you, Matara. You may return to your station. Greetings, friends, and welcome to Iconia. It is highly unusual to receive visitors with such unusual chronoton signatures, and yet we have had 2 in less than a cycle. Do you know a being named Cogrin?
Oh. So Cogrin, did he get here before us? Interesting. Okay. Yes, we were separated from Cogrin on our journey here. This is getting fishy. I wonder if Cogrin is doing something. I'm very suspicious now. But I will say the Iconians seem a lot more pleasant in the past.
Wonderful. He will be quite pleased to reunite with you. You should be able to find him in the residential district. I imagine you passed through the same chronoton-charged nebula he did. That would account for the anomalous readings.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, nebula, that's what it was. We did pass through that nebula. Is there anything else we need to know?
Since you are explorers like Cogrin, I suggest you speak to Lemirin. She is the keeper of our world heart, a repository of all knowledge and a genetic record of the worlds we have visited. The astrometrics data in the world heart could prove quite useful to you. Do you have any questions?
Sure, lots of questions here. So before we go on, let's see, what are the Heralds?
Our world teems with life, but we were the first to become self-aware. Time is no enemy to us. An Iconian can live thousands of years, but our numbers have always been few, and as the years passed, we understood that would not change. Needing servants and companions, we found a local population that could be molded and shaped to suit our purposes.
I don't know if they ever really explained why the Iconians, why there's so few numbers of them. Is it some sort of reproduction issue where they can't reproduce anymore and the ones that are here just live on for thousands of years?
At first, we used them as beasts of burden or for tasks that were too difficult or dangerous to do ourselves. I imagine your own species has similar creatures.
Yeah, so they
Over
basically
the
treated them
years,
like slaves.
Machines and technology began to replace many of those functions. And as technology advanced, what we needed from the Heralds changed as well. Ultimately, we needed beings who could think for themselves. Our genetic reshapers transformed the Heralds from beasts to companions. Now we have achieved a kind of symbiosis. The Heralds perform the routine tasks that keep our society moving. We provide leadership, technological advancement, and defense.
Okay, so maybe they actually were literally beasts, and then they evolved them into more of companions once their technology improved. Okay, interesting. So that's a little cool backstory on the Heralds then. So I guess they do have kind of a long relationship. They're not just some kind of servitor race or something that the Iconians are using. They actually did kind of develop alongside of the Iconians. What is your relationship with the Heralds?
We are patrons, parents, and perhaps even gods to the Heralds. In turn, They are our hands, our eyes, and our pets. Each herald is created to fulfill a specific function for his master. For example, it is my duty to interact with visitors to our world, but I cannot always be there to greet them. Mataran stands in my stead, examining those who seek our gifts and bringing any special guests, like yourself, to me.
Okay, so she did just refer to them as pets. Maybe they are... not treated so well? I don't know. I'm kind of debating if they actually do treat them well or not. Alright. How are the heralds made?
We begin with a particular genetic line. Sometimes we will use archived genetic material from the world heart, but most often we simply take what we need from heralds who already perform a similar service. We then resequence the genetic material in utero, removing any defects and enhancing natural abilities that herald will need. We also modify their behavior to ensure loyalty and remove unwanted aggression. Once they are born, we begin an intensive training process. Heralds mature very quickly, so by the time their training is complete, they are fully grown and ready to serve.
Interesting. So yeah, pretty much just genetically modified in utero. That's kind of interesting. So they just kind of genetically grown to fulfill the purpose that they want for the Iconians. Wasn't there another option here? Let me just...
Greetings, travelers. Are you explorers, or do you come seeking our wisdom and guidance? Either way, I apologize. I am rather occupied at the moment. Please, return later. I should have time to speak to you then.
Lamirin. I don't know if I remember if this is one of the other Iconians that was in the present day. But I don't know. Apparently I couldn't choose that other option unless I'm going crazy. I thought there was another option to choose, but that's okay. Let's just keep going here. What can you tell me about the World Heart?
The World Heart is the repository of all our knowledge. It contains the genetic information of every species on Iconia and all of our colony worlds. With it, we can colonize and repopulate an entire world, shaping it to resemble our home in just a few short years. It also holds a record of our culture, history, literature, and philosophy. This is why we call it the World Heart. It is, in a very real way, the center of our civilization.
Interesting. The World Heart has all of their information. I don't know, having one central place for all of your race's knowledge sounds a little bit risky. Alright, thank you.
The changes we see in the Iconians are too great to be simple evolution. The Iconians shape themselves and the Heralds into weapons. Genetic engineering that is both efficient and terrible.
Yeah, it probably might have not been natural evolution. Maybe they did try to force things along to evolve into the, their current state. Oh, there he is. Okay, he's motioning us to come over here. Captain Kagran, let's talk to him.
You made it. Something must have gone wrong as we entered the portal that disrupted synchronization. I arrived 2 weeks ago. I remained cloaked, scanned the planet for several days, and then came to the surface as an explorer, seeking to open diplomatic relations with the Iconians. My ship is using the magnetic fields above the poles to help conceal its presence.
Okay. Well, sounds innocent enough. I'm still a little bit suspicious here. What have you found?
The Iconians of this time are nothing like the ones we know. They are flesh and appear to be friendly and peaceful. if a bit arrogant with those they see as lesser. Come. They will allow us to move through the city freely. You should see this for yourself.
Alright, we have a lot to see, Kagran.
Hogren is either a fool, or he's being manipulated by the Iconians. Either way, he might jeopardize the mission. We'll need to watch him closely.
Agreed. He has a point. You're both a problem. I'll make my own choices. Yeah, I don't trust Sela or Kagran right now. Let's see what we got here on the map. So we've got 2 places to go. Park area and residential. Search city for information. Residential entry and park area. Okay, well, let's just head right here for now. It's closer.
Someone's calling for help.
An injured herald. This could be a chance to learn about their physiology. Perhaps even find a weakness.
Of course, that's what Sela would do. He's hurt. Let's examine him and find their weak points. Alright, let's see. Speak to distraught Iconian. Don't worry, I'll find someone to help, okay?
Hello. Can you help us?
Valar.
My herald is injured, and I cannot leave him. I need someone to bring us some healing supplies.
Okay, so apparently they do care about their heralds. I will assist you. Tell me about the heralds.
Heralds are also native to this planet. They were not as evolved as we are, so we enhanced them. The heralds are our companions and our helpers. They are our hands and our eyes, and they are our children. It is rare for my species to reproduce. In fact, it has been more than a century since a new Iconian was born on this world.
Interesting.
Perhaps we are evolving beyond the need for such things. We will endure here, and our heralds will spread our word throughout the stars.
Interesting. So they do have trouble reproducing. They seem to think they've just evolved beyond the need to do that, and they just live forever. But yeah, I mean, it seems like they do care for the heralds, but they're kind of like essentially pets almost. I mean, they care for them more like, you know, yeah, just more like a pet than an actual equal. All right, I understand. I will help your herald.
Thank you. There should be a healer nearby.
Okay. Just look around for a healer. Iconian healer.
Do you require assistance, visitor?
Saken? Are you a healer? We are in need of medical assistance.
Certainly. However, I do not detect any injuries or maladies in your physical form. What do you require?
I have a headache? That's private. It's not for me. One of Valar's heralds is injured. What would be the point of trying to get them to scan me? Well, I don't want to screw anything up here. I will just try to get on the good side of the Iconians here.
Of course. It is our duty and privilege to care for our heralds. I will follow you to the patient.
We'll have to try some of those other options.
I have spent days among these people. They are very proud and very strong.
Yeah, I was going to say that, yeah, I'll have to give some of those other options a try in replay. Alright, talk to the injured herald.
Thank you, traveler. I appreciate your assistance.
Cool, we can talk to the herald now. Let's see what he thinks of the Iconians.
How do you feel about your creator? The Iconians are parent, teacher, master, friend. They are our rulers and our gods, and I am grateful for their guidance. They give purpose and structure to our lives. We would not exist without them.
Yeah, but they've probably been conditioned to think that way. Kind of makes me almost think of like, you know, like the relationship between the Jem'Hadar and the founders. They're just kind of genetically engineered to think they're gods. Let's see, how do they treat you?
Exceedingly well. We do what manual labor needs to be done, as well as other tasks. And in return, the Iconians give me all I could need or want. I know it might sound like enforced servitude to you, but I don't see it that way. The Iconians are our beginning and our end. I am nothing without my mistress, and serving her is my greatest joy.
And what do you think of the Iconians?
How do you feel about your creator?
Oh, that's the same thing. Okay. That's all for now.
The Iconians' affection for their pets is a weakness. We can exploit that.
Sela. She is definitely the quintessential Romulan here, trying to take advantage of any situation.
I am not so sure. After all, we've seen how the Iconians will transform their pets. The Heralds are merciless killing machines. They have killed multitudes during this war.
Deaths that we will avenge here. No more waiting. We need to finish our mission.
Indeed.
I don't understand why you're bothering to help these people. We need to find the gateway controls, sabotage them, and be done with it. This could all be over if you'd let it.
Let's see. Maybe there are some other options that we could investigate while we're here. It's not the right time. We have to make sure that nobody escapes. It's my job to help people in need. The circumstances are irrelevant. I'm just lulling them into a false sense of security. I wonder if there are some other options, like if we could somehow save, well, I don't know, but I mean, I'm just thinking out loud here. If we could somehow save their homeworld, and they never left their homeworld, maybe they wouldn't be as hostile, or they wouldn't evolve themselves into warlike species. Maybe that would be a better solution than just making sure they all die. I don't know. Let's be altruistic here. It's my job to help people in need. That's it. No response from Sela. Okay. Now where to? Yeah, so far this is really cool. We're getting a lot of information about the Iconian society and their relationship to the Heralds. I like that.
The Iconians have a highly developed sense of the aesthetic.
That's fine, but what we need is to know more about their technology. And we're going to a park.
When you have technology as advanced as the Iconians, wonders can be found anywhere you look. We should talk to that officer over there.
Yeah, this is pretty crazy that they have this kind of technology like 200,000 years in the past. Alright, let's talk to security officer.
I see you are interested in this device. We are testing a new method of encryption. So far, it has proven to be most effective. To access the console, you must solve a series of problems that we believe only an Iconian could answer. Unfortunately, I fear the console is stuck in a testing phase, which is why I am protecting it. It may be a waste of time. You appear intelligent enough, but I doubt you or any of our other visitors could solve even the easiest of problems in the algorithm.
Okay. Oh, ye of little faith. Well, let's see. Let me watch the console for you, Lemirin. Lemirin says she needs you right away.
I am not supposed to leave this area unwatched, but all of my heralds are performing other duties. And if Lemirin sent you, very well. Thank you, traveler. I will not be long.
You shouldn't keep her waiting, Betren. Okay, she's pretty trusting. That was pretty easy to convince her. So let's screw around with this console here. Access console and download data. Ask Iconian for information. Ask Iconian about gateway technology. Should I talk to these other Iconians first? Well, let's just do this. Why do I feel a mini game coming on here? Decode encryption algorithm 01. Please input the correct solution to the following problem. How many exotic spheres are possible in 7-dimensional space? How many exotic spheres are possible in 7-dimensional space? I have no idea. Increase entry by 5, increase by 1. $28? Okay, sure. Continue to the next encryption. Please input the correct solution to the following problem. Given the population of diploid organisms that mate randomly with 9% of the population homozygous recessive for a particular trait, calculate the percent of that are heterozygous for that trait. $42? Sure, okay. Well, apparently that was... let us in here. Okay, so let's see. Please enter your selection. Access security file. What is this? Icobar? Security file... Denasian? Not familiar with that. Let's just do the first one here. The Icobar have made no secret that they covet our gateway tech... Okay, so it must be another race. Unfortunately, they are a warlike species. Soon after they developed rudimentary warp drive technology, they used it to attack and enslave several inhabited worlds. The Icobar have also made several attempts to covertly access our consoles and steal our technology. Although officially we are not at war, we should be extremely cautious with the Icobar. Access to gateways is strictly off limits for the Icobar, and a herald will be assigned to monitor all movements of Icobar representatives in areas near gateway access points. Okay. And the Denasian, I guess? Denasian? Not quite sure how to say that. Denasian have made repeated requests for medical technology. Our analysis of their biomedical ethics, however, indicate that their primitive level of development, they have an 84.6% chance of doing themselves harm with genetic engineering, and a 74.2% chance of using it for biological warfare. Okay. Although thus far their dealings with us have been honorable, a plague on their world has increased their demands for our gene manipulators. Our recommendation is to continue to supply the Denasians with medical supplies and antigens, but withhold other medical technology. Okay, I guess that's interesting, their relations with other species.
It is just as I surmised. The Iconians are following their own version of the Prime Directive. They are attempting to protect lesser developed species from acquiring technology that they may not use wisely or well.
That's true. The evidence does point in that direction. What does it matter? We know what they will become. What do you think, Sela? I don't know. I agree with Kagran here.
Not so fast. We've only heard one side of the story. I'd like to know what some of the other visitors here think about the oh-so-noble Iconians.
Agreed. Let's find out. Alright, so let's talk to some more people here. Iconian medic. Alien trader. I wonder if that's one of the Denasians or Icobar. Now let's talk to the medic.
We'll gladly give you the medicines you require, but our genetic engineering technology is off limits.
Ah, okay, so she's talking to this guy over here. Let me see if I can get them all in the frame. Maybe not. Let's just keep listening
The medicine
here.
will help with this plague, but what about the next one? We need the ability to take care of ourselves. but you won't give us the means to do so.
I am sorry, but we have extremely stringent rules about who can use our technology. There are many species who are not yet ready to use our gifts safely and wisely. One moment, Falkar. Yes? May I help you?
Interesting. So yeah, it does sound very similar to a Prime Directive. Although medical technology is a little bit different, because I know they do share some medical technology with other species for humanitarian reasons, I guess. But yeah, I guess sharing gene manipulators probably would be something that would be restricted. Let's see. Our people have similar policy regarding technology to protect developing societies. I think you're right to restrict access. So that's like if you believe in the Prime Directive right there. Our people have similar policy regarding technology to protect developing societies, but access to the genetic resequencers could help Falkhar's people. You should give it to them. Technology belongs to those who can either create it or take it by force. I've never understood the need to protect people who are perfectly capable of knowing what they want. Falkhar's people are trying to survive. They need that technology, and I wouldn't blame them if they tried to take it by force. I don't like that one. I mean, I'd be tempted to make an exception, but I guess if we're adhering strictly to the Prime Directive here, it would be this first option, so I'll go with that.
Yes, I will take your opinion under advisement, but ultimately, this is an Iconian matter. You are simply another visitor on our world.
Okay. I was agreeing with you, but okay, I'll leave it to you then. Let me just get a sip here. All right. Okay, so here's the Ico bar. So that was the Denesian.
We haven't made much headway trying to reverse engineer the gateways, but just imagine what we could do with it.
That sounds like Captain Kagran's voice actor. Okay. I always love that when TV shows and stuff reuse voice actors. Usually they're quite talented and they can do a lot of different voices on the same show, and you never know.
Oh, I have. You can move an army in the blink of an eye. Think about what would happen if all these heralds just showed up on your planet. Oh, they'd take over in a day. I'm still trying to acquire some of their data. Have you had any luck yet?
So it looks like they are trying to access Iconian data.
Despite all their openness and hospitality, the Iconians have everything on lockdown. Can't even get near the building where they keep the world heart without some herald stopping me. If I were the Iconians, I too would think twice about giving people like these advanced technology.
I do kind of agree. But then again, maybe if they have shared their gifts, they wouldn't be preparing for the arrival of an enemy armada. That's true. Maybe they're holding all the technology to themselves is creating a lot of enemies. Well, I'll disagree for now, but I'm kind of thinking...
This doesn't prove anything. So the Iconians had their reasons for withholding technology. I don't care, and neither do their enemies. We know the bombardment is imminent. This world will be obliterated, no matter how much you sympathize with the Iconians. And don't forget what we're here to do. There can be no survivors.
Don't you see any echoes of yourself in these people, Sela? You're right, let's get to work, and I can see both sides of the argument. I actually can. And yes, I do see some echoes of these people in Sela. Let's see what she says. Okay, no reaction to that. But yeah, I'm kind of thinking maybe another option will present itself. You know, maybe we could somehow prevent this invasion. Oop. Sir, we are detecting an armada of ships on long-range sensors, multiple configurations. Avoid detection at all costs.
Tell your ships to drop into orbit above the polar region. My ship is cloaked there.
Okay, Radiant, take up polar orbit above the planet. Oops, didn't mean to do that. Talk to Iconian engineer.
Excuse me, but I require assistance. We have lost contact with several of our colony worlds. I am attempting to increase the range of this communications console to re-establish the connection. But I need another set of hands to adjust the frequency while I attempt to dial in the proper network levels. All of my heralds are currently working on the evacuation. Would you be willing to help me?
Help Kawen. Sure, we'll help. They're probably losing contact because their colonies are probably being attacked by that armada. Alright, realign the phase discriminator. Let's see, the optimal range for frequency output for this communication array is 14.7 terahertz. Frequency output can be changed by adjusting the phase discriminator. Alter the output frequency until it reaches the optimum level. So, okay, that was really easy. Okay.
Curious. Our communications should be reaching the colonies, but I am not receiving any response to my messages. Something terrible must have happened. We were not concerned about the lesser races. Not at first. They were like children who wanted things they could not understand. It was our duty to protect them, to guide them. In time, when they were ready, we would have shared all of our gifts.
What will you do now? It looks like maybe they adhered to too strict of a prime directive and now all the other races are turning against them.
I do not know. If the colony worlds have fallen, then I am sorry. Please excuse me. I must speak to our leaders.
Best of luck, or even the mightiest can fall to the multitude. Well,
we already know the evacuation did not save them.
But the gateway on New Romulus remained active for a time.
Then we must cut off that path, now, before anyone escapes.
well, maybe it is too late to try to stop the invasion. I don't know. The stand, okay. Let's talk to Lemirin.
Welcome, traveler. I apologize for my earlier absence. Do you have questions about our world?
Who is attacking? Why are they attacking? And what will your response be? Okay, so who is attacking?
We have had contact with many worlds in our journeys, but we have found no people equal to our own. Some of the others resent the blessings our people enjoy. They seek to take that which we will not give.
That really wasn't specific, but yeah, I mean, apparently their policies are creating resentment. Okay. Why did you deny them access?
Our policy is not to share our technology with species who are not sufficiently advanced to use our gifts wisely. When a society encounters advanced technology, before they are ready, they often don't have the cultural or social development to handle it appropriately. This leads to war, genocide, and many other ills. We would protect the younger species from those tragedies. Our people believe, also, that each species has a unique destiny. to disrupt their path toward that destiny is wrong. All of the others must develop in their own time.
Yep, that's the philosophy behind the Prime Directive, too. If you start interfering with the natural evolution, then you end up with all kinds of horrible situations. Who are these species attacking you? Oh, we already asked that. What is your response?
While we are an extremely advanced world, we are not, in general, a militant one. Tiket will coordinate the defense.
Tiket.
But I remain hopeful that we can reach a peaceful solution before blood is shed. Motara speaks for us, and she is quite a gifted diplomat. If all else fails, there are places known only to us and those who serve us. Our gateways can take us to these refuges to recover and rebuild.
Yep.
Will you help us?
Interesting. This is strange. Alright, that's all for now. Ooh, cutscene.
The attack is beginning. I thought we'd have more time. We must retrieve the World Heart and escape. Will you help us?
The attack is beginning. We must decide how to proceed. I have spoken to these people, walked their streets, shared their meals. Regardless of what we know they will do in the future, the Iconians of this time are not evil. They are peaceful. And they are guilty of no crimes, worse than standing up for their ideals. The very same ideals, I might point out, as the Federation's Prime Directive.
Yeah, so you're saying we should help them, even knowing what they will do?
You have walked the same streets as I, spoken to the same people. Can you allow them to die for crimes they have not yet committed? For my part, I find no honor in cold-blooded murder.
I see your point. What do you think, Sela? I already know what Sela's gonna think. You are a fool, Kagran. We must strike now. I don't know what to think. What's your opinion, Sela? I kind of agree with Kagran here. I wonder if some way we could engender some goodwill with the Iconians and maybe they won't be hostile to us in the future. In some way? Like, they'd still survive, but they won't, hate us as a species. Okay, well, let's keep going here. I see your point. What do you think, Sela?
It doesn't matter what these people are now. We know what they will become, what they will do. The Iconians will destroy my homeworld. They will bomb the archive in the Lena system and exterminate the Preservers. They will incite the Undine to destroy Keswick 4. They will attack our homeworlds, kill those we love, and threaten our very existence.
That's in the future. We're here now.
And that changes nothing. We know what will happen. In our time, they are poised to destroy or enslave the galaxy. There is no choice. We destroy them now and save ourselves.
Let's see. Do we have the right to execute the Iconians for crimes they haven't yet committed? You're right. We know what they will become. We can stop it. Is it even possible to kill them? Won't that create some kind of paradox? It would definitely change a lot of things. I don't know if it'd be a paradox or... Well, I don't know. Because if they never attacked us in the future, we would have never made the portal to come back here to try to stop them. So maybe it is a paradox. But I'm kind of curious here, do we have the right to execute Iconians for crimes they haven't committed? That's a good question.
It's a bit late for second thoughts. Our mission is clear. We don't have a choice. We're here, and we will do what needs to be done. Atone for your sins after you've saved the galaxy.
Sometimes being ruthless isn't right.
The World Heart contains all of our knowledge and all our genetic data. With it, we can rebuild. We have a refuge built for those who serve us. We shall go there.
We should be able to access the gateway network from here. We could disable all of the gateways at once.
We offered Lemirin our aid. There is no honor in striking down an ally from the Hive.
The honorable thing would be to complete our mission and save our galaxy. Or do you not care about what happens to Kronos?
Oh yeah, this is a tough decision here. Maybe we can put something into their core, the World Heart thing. If we can like insert something in there, so they would get it in the future, and you know, recognize that we helped them, maybe somehow. I'm actually kind of curious. I remember they referred to the other, quote, the other in one of the previous episodes. I wonder if that's something like we could make ourselves the other or something. Like they would, we would become part of their history. I don't know. I'm just kind of spitballing here. So is this the World Heart here?
We need to transfer the World Heart to a transportable format. I need your help to initiate the download from that console.
Okay. This is pretty cool, and you know, it's kind of, this architecture, it looks like the current Iconian, like the interior of the Iconian ships, except all of this is all red. That's pretty cool. I like that. Alright. Well, let's, I guess, download the data here.
The download is proceeding, but it will not complete before the invaders find us.
Oh crap. What race are these? Are these the Denisian people? Well, here. I have that, I have that, I have some of this. Looks like another wave. Let's see, a Marine commander.
Now we need to release the magnetic interlocks holding the core. I need you at the other console.
Okay, is that more red dots coming? Let's initiate the magnetic release.
More invaders. They must not take the World Heart.
Whoa, they came in like right on top of us. Let's throw the crystal out here and do that and this. Throw a grenade, suck them all in.
We need to erase the mainframe memory banks. I will require your assistance.
So far, so good. These guys are definitely not nearly as hard as Heralds. Okay, so now we have to wipe the mainframe.
More aliens are coming. Protect me.
Let's do the same thing here. Throw down the crystal, get their attention, suck them all in. Throw the grenade. Kind of saving my security team here for a boss or something, but haven't really needed him yet.
Memory erased. The last step is to eject the world heart.
Eject it where? Oh, something over here I didn't get. Alright, release the world heart. That's it? Handheld, huh? The world heart, right there. Just don't drop it.
I fear that was just the beginning of the violence. My people are few, and most of our heralds are elsewhere. Defeating a significant force would be costly to both sides. I know you are not one of the whole, and I have no right to ask for your assistance. But would you help us evacuate the city?
Sure.
Blessings of the whole upon you. We must gather as many of our people as possible and escort them to the gateway platform. Once we are there, I will open the path to our refuge. Many of our people already left for Colony Worlds, but we have lost contact with them. I fear the worst.
Sela is not gonna like this. I get the feeling she's gonna betray us here at some point. What should we do first?
I recommend we locate Taket. She is our protector, and there are none who know the ways of our enemy as well as she.
Rescue Iconians and reach the gateway platform. Okay.
Taket is a fearsome warrior and has kept our people safe for countless millennia. Until today.
Rescuing Iconians is not what we're here to do.
Perhaps it is. When we came back in time, we did not know what we would find.
Definitely strange to be fighting alongside heralds here. Looks like Taket is using the staff here. All right, let's talk to Taket.
I appreciate your efforts, stranger, but I cannot come with you. I will defend Iconia until my final breath.
Whoa. This is weird. So I'm getting the feeling if we didn't interfere, Taket would have stayed here and died with the other Iconians. So maybe our interfering is what keeps Taket alive. Something's going on here. Let's see. Set aside your foolish pride and help your people. If you die here, who will claim vengeance for the fallen? There is no honor in throwing your life away. Your people are dying, Taket. They need you. If you die here, no. People are dying. They need you. I'm trying to convince her to go, so either they need you or set aside your pride and help your people. Yeah, let's try that.
You think it is pride that keeps me here? It is not for pride that I fight, but for dignity. I fight for my people.
Maybe I should have chose the last one. But let's see. You have earned the respect of all who matter. Now will you come with us?
I appreciate your efforts, stranger, but I cannot come with you.
Maybe we can try some of these.
Iconia until my final breath.
Let's try this one, because she does seem to care about...
My people are weak. They have neglected the ways of battle in favor of science and art. They are philosophers. I do not wish for them to die, but they could have chosen the path of strength. I will die to defend them. I do not know if I can save them.
Okay, that's not what I was expecting. So she's more warlike than the rest of the Iconians. Your people are stronger than you give them credit for.
I appreciate your efforts, stranger, but I cannot come with you. I will defend Iconia until my final breath.
So Taket is sounding more like following the path of strength, so maybe vengeance would be a convincing argument.
Your words have merit. If we go to the refuge, we can rebuild. There, we can plan our vengeance. No one will ever threaten us again.
Yeah, it's looking like Taket is the one that might be kind of starting to lead them down the wrong path. Okay. Think about your people, Taket, not your revenge. She is a fool. She would let her people die so she could avenge them. It is...
Vengeance is a powerful weapon.
Of course, Sela likes that. Anyone who likes vengeance is right up Sela's alley. Okay. Looks like we need to head back out into the park area here. Let's see. So there might be some Iconians to rescue out here and return to the plaza. Okay.
We will never forget this tragic day.
Is that Lamirin? Or Matara? Okay, Lamirin is trying to help. Oh, here's Matara. Okay. Let's speak to Matara.
Thank you. You have shown exceptional kindness and valor in this trying time. I will miss my home. Iconia is precious to us, but as long as the whole survives, we can use the world heart to rebuild.
How the heck did their world fall so fast? If they have such advanced technology, can't they just wipe out these invaders? Let's see, go to the gateway platform, we'll meet you there. So Matara and Lamirin are quite agreeable. Taket seems to be the warlike one. Now, before we go up there, maybe we should help these people down here. Is there even a path down there? Okay, apparently not. Maybe we do have to go up this way. Oh man, this place is falling apart. Alright, let's go. I'm really loving this crystalline spike. It's a great little ability from the crystalline entity event that just finished up. But throw that spike down, then suck them all in with the graviton spike. Throw on your targeting optics with the defense debuff off, and then throw a grenade on them. Nice little AoE combo for taking out squads. All right, let's rescue these.
Not yet. That will change.
Bloodshed affects everyone differently. My people became warriors when an alien species threatened our home.
And the Iconians will become conquerors.
Yeah. It seems like Taket is the one that might start leading them down that path. That looks like another group here. Whoa, okay. That was quite a jump. Okay, let's rescue these. Yeah, poor Iconia. Looks like orbital bombardment coming down. But how? I mean, if they're that advanced, don't they have some ships in orbit to, try to defend their homeworld? Ooh. There's another group right here. Let's rescue these people.
Now I see your plan. We've won their confidence, gathered them together. Strike now, and we can eliminate them all.
I love Sela. Let's see. We will not kill defenseless innocents. I've decided to spare the Iconians. We cannot hold them responsible for acts they have not committed yet. It's too dangerous to change the past. We have to let them live. We must wait until the last minute, or our betrayal will have no chance. That's exactly what Sela would want. I'm kind of leaning towards we cannot hold them responsible for what they haven't done yet. Or maybe it's too dangerous just to change the past. Let's do this one. No response, huh? I would have thought Sela might object to that. Oh, so once we get through, we need to destroy the navigation plotter so we cannot be followed. Got it. Now, in all honesty, I think it would be best if we somehow, not eliminated Taket, but not allowed Taket to go through the portal. Then maybe they wouldn't develop into such a warlike culture. These war leaders have a lot of hit points.
The gateway is damaged. We will need to reroute the power and reinitialize the gateway open sequence.
Alright, let's start using some cooldowns here.
Didn't the others save the Iconians? Where are they?
That's what I was just thinking. Yeah, maybe we are the others. That's what I was just thinking. Although I wasn't quite describing it right.
ground!
We can't hold them off or...
That's it. Send them through.
No! This isn't our mission!
Oh crap, here goes. No, stop her.
You took everything from me!
The world heart.
There's no time. The gateway is closing.
Only 12 of us are left. That crystal contains our civilization.
Sheila, stop! We are better than this!
I will remember this, Romulan. I will extinguish your people in payment for your treachery.
This has all played out this way before. I am the cause for Hobus.
Yep. It's like self-fulfilling. So everything happened exactly the way as it did before. Retrieve the world heart. I wonder if she's just going to give it to us. Oh, apparently she did. Speak to Sela.
I know what you are going to say, but I did what I had to do for my people. I should have acted sooner. If I had, perhaps Romulus would have been restored.
Can't you see that your act caused the destruction of Romulus? We sent 12 Iconians to Dewa 3. We are the others.
That can't... Taket! What have I done?
Did you have a choice? Predestination paradox theory would say that this event had to happen, and is the reason you're here. Yep. You've always been out for yourself. Now you see the results of your selfishness. You're lucky it didn't turn out worse. I hope you take this painful lesson to heart. I think she does have a choice, so I'm not going to choose this. She chose, poorly here. I hope you have the painful lesson to heart. Sela. Let's do that.
The Iconians have fled to Dewa 3, and the Gateway's console has been destroyed, so no one can follow them. Our fate may not have changed from our actions here, but we have done what honor demanded. We are not murderers. Whatever our future may hold, we will face it with our eyes open and our heads held high. We must return to our own time and see what effect our actions had.
Man, if we could have... Yeah, I mean, it was like obviously predestination, but if we could have just changed things just a little bit. Like if... I don't know. I still think the best thing would have been if we could have inserted some bit of data into the world. What do they call that thing? The world heart. Yeah, that's what it was. The world heart. Put some data in there that our species was the one that helped them, so they would recognize us and wouldn't, want to destroy us in the future, or, something along those lines. This isn't going to be easy to explain, but we need to return. Alright. How exactly do we return again? The time ship's not here. Is the portal still open, I guess? Maybe we can go back through?
We're initiating a tachyon burst to reopen the portal that brought us here.
Okay, I guess they do explain that.
That should bring us back to the exact moment we left the present time.
The heralds are firing on the portal!
The portal is destabilizing! Hurry!
Okay, so we go through and then we should come like right back out. Yep.
Captain Cagran to Alliance Field. Stand down. I repeat, stand down. You have the World Heart and the means to end this. Signal the Iconians, show them we have it, and that we are the ones who save them. This is our last chance to end this war.
Yeah, maybe bringing them the World Heart would be enough to get them to stand down. All right. Hail Lamiran. Okay. So yeah, Lamiran was one of the ones. I guess I just wasn't remembering.
Do you wish to surrender? A wise decision.
No, Lamiran. We have just returned from the past, your past, and we have the World Heart to prove it.
How did you acquire that?
We saved it. We were the one. Yeah, if we can explain that we're the others, maybe that will, convince them. Let's say we were there when Iconia was lost.
That is not possible. But yet, I see the World Heart in your hands. It is time to end this. Your leaders, our unity. Now.
Wait. This is awesome. I really want to see how this is going to end here. And this loading screen is making me fill with anticipation here. Come on. There we go. God, I hope I don't disconnect. Oh, sweet. Good. Okay, so... What, did they beam us aboard or something? What's going on here? End the war. That's a good objective. Speak to Lamiran. Okay. And there's Taket.
If what you say is true, then that core contains all of the lost knowledge of our people. So much that we thought it was lost forever. Will you return all the remains of our civilization to us?
I don't know with Taket right there, but alright. Return the World Heart. Okay. I guess the World Heart went somewhere. Talk to Lamiran.
I have never had a chance to examine you closely, but now that you stand before me, I remember you helped us, although it gained you nothing. You are the other.
Oh, so I guess they do remember us now. Okay. I wonder why Taket wouldn't remember us. Well, maybe we didn't get close enough because he was fighting Kalas, but no, oh well. And this war should never have happened.
Hate blinded us. Fear of the unknown crippled us. Pain called out for blood in ever greater measures. The events of that day set us on this path. It grieves me to see where it has led. After we escaped to Daywar 3, protecting ourselves became our sole purpose. We transformed ourselves, our whole, even our heralds, to prevent another tragedy. And we vowed never to trust again.
You trusted me once.
I did, and it saved us. But we believed the other lost to us. And you were lost to time. And we preserved the whole by any means necessary.
You say you wanted to protect yourselves. In doing so, you've destroyed countless lives.
Indeed, we protected the whole against the lesser species who would destroy us if given a chance, who would steal what we would not give freely. And we did not mourn the deaths of those who were not a part of our unity. And then we faced you, a foe who would not yield, who subverted time itself in an attempt to destroy us. But instead, you showed compassion, even though you knew what would happen to your people if we survived. You helped us. Having felt such great loss yourself, you could not wish it on your worst enemy.
We are what you made us, survivors.
I am humbled in the face of such integrity. I shall be forever grateful to you for showing us the error of our ways.
Enough blood has been spilt. Let us end this war.
Whatever these creatures did in the past is meaningless. They killed our sister. They broke our unity. And for that, I will destroy them.
Yeah, I knew Taket was going to be a problem. Okay, have you forgotten what we did to your, or did for your people? For you?
Never forget what you have done, or what that creator, the receiver, did. There will never be enough blood to wash away my need for vengeance.
Yeah, Sela was grieving for the loss of her homeworld, a homeworld that you destroyed. You have already exacted revenge. Yeah, it's kind of a loop. I mean, if they haven't destroyed the homeworld, Sela wouldn't have, you know, wanted to get revenge on them, and so going back in time, you know, she wouldn't have tried to, you know, stop them from entering the gateway and taking the world heart. So it is kind of a predestination paradox.
A single world. I can destroy a million worlds, and it would not be enough. Your existence is an insult to the memory of our people. I will continue my fight, even if I must fight alone.
Taket, please listen.
She will not listen. Taket has always been very stubborn. In a few thousand years, perhaps, her attitudes will change. Until then, be wary. Taket is a formidable opponent, and I will not take up arms against her, even in defense of the other. But with those of us who remain, you shall have peace. We ask only for our home world. Leave Iconia and our servants undisturbed, and we will trouble you no longer.
Okay, that sounds fair, but we will have to ratify this treaty with the Alliance. So interesting, so Taket is going to break off into kind of the, you know, his own, or her own, I don't know, Iconian cell or something, resistance cell, or break away from the rest of the 12.
I understand, but our terms are not negotiable. We need time to breathe and contemplate. Perhaps in a millennia or two, it will be different.
Very well. Farewell. And there goes Taket. Thank you for striking this accord. Whew. Oh. And Whoa, teleported me all the way to the academy. Okay. Wow. So that was really, really cool. Holy cow, that was awesome. And it looks like I was wrong about Captain Calgran. I thought he was going to be the one betraying us, but he really did not. He even stood up for the Iconians at the end. A lot of people to talk to here. Calgran, Stila, Tom Paris, and we got Harry and Nog over here. Alright, well, let's talk to Sela first, see what she has to say.
You probably hate me, and I don't blame you. All I've done for our people. To protect them, to restore our power in the galaxy. But now I see everything that has happened is because of a mistake I made hundreds of thousands of years ago.
Could Sela actually be taking something to heart?
I've made a lot of difficult choices in my life, and I didn't always consider the consequences of my actions. Today has made me wonder if there's another way, if I can be better than I am.
Wow. Okay, Sela starting to scare me here that she's actually a little bit introspective and thinking about changing her ways. Okay, well, it's never too late. I don't know if I want to make her feel too guilty. Let's just say it's never too late. Okay, let's talk to Calgran.
We have much to do, but first, we will celebrate. Let the blood wine flow now that the bloodletting has ceased. There is more to being a warrior than vengeance and death. True honor comes from doing what is right, despite the personal cost. The Iconians will depart, and we will rebuild. Mercy has triumphed where weapons could not. Now I will try to find a way to share this wisdom with my people. Many warriors have fallen in this war. Those of us who remain must walk the path of honor.
It was your courage that showed me the way, Calgran. Oh, okay, talking to these are optional. But I am definitely going to do it. Let's talk to Tom.
The last day. And I was ready, but I'm glad my daughter didn't have to die in defense of the Federation. That I get to go home after this. We all do. Thank you.
You're welcome. Alright, let's talk to Harry.
Your compassion has accomplished more in one act than we could have with all the phasers in the fleet. Honor and selflessness have been almost forgotten over the past few years. That needs to change. It's time to act like Starfleet officers again.
Yep, now we need to rebuild.
We have a lot to do to heal the wounds the war has left on us all. But we've survived the Borg and the Dominion. We can survive this.
I agree. Alright, let's talk to Nog.
There's a lot of work to be done now. We need to rebuild, recover, try to learn how to live in this new reality. But with people like you on our side, I know we can do it.
And we'll succeed if we work together. Alright. I guess that's it. Hail, Captain Cameron, return to your ship. Wow, so holy cow. What a mission. Well, let's go ahead and beam up here. But man, that was, I gotta say, that was a really, really good ending. I liked that a lot. I was really hoping for a diplomatic solution at the end to all of this, because it just didn't seem like just a flat-out war was going to do it. We tried all the stuff with the Krenim ship, and that didn't work. And yeah, and then finally it was, you know, it was finally actually helping out, you know, showing some compassion to the Iconians is what actually did that. And that's, you know, that's a very kind of Star Trek solution. So I really, really like that. All right, let's move a little bit out of the range of the sphere here so we can see. And let's go ahead and hail. And yep, let's go ahead and get the rewards here. Take a quick look at them. That was a really long mission, but I do want to take a look at these rewards and just, I guess, just give a few final thoughts. This was really, really a great mission. Let's go ahead and hail.
The war is over. Although we could not turn back the clock and restore the lives that were lost and the planets that were ravaged, we have ended the conflict honorably. You made the right choice. And that is not always an easy one to make. I would be honored to fight by your side again. Before that day comes, however, we must rebuild. There is already talk of new exploration missions. Perhaps we will find our next challenge among the unexplored stars.
Okay, so we're gonna get the reward, the title. Max 1 per character unlocks the Iconian vest. I gotta take a look at that. Some dilithium. So I guess for now, it looks like this Soul Defense is the set that you get from this featured episode, and like each week you'll get another piece of the set. So I'm definitely going to pick up that. And this other reward here is just a generic Tetrion damage tactical console. So definitely go with the Soul Defense deflector array. Accolade competed Peacemaker. Okay, so there's the title. I'm gonna go ahead and warp back to New Romulus here. We'll head down and take a look at that uniform piece. And before I beam down, we will take a look at this deflector. Alright, so what do we got here? 5 auxiliary power setting, plus starship hull repair, so improved hull healing, improved shield emitters for shield healing, resistant inertial dampeners, so resistance to holds disabled, knockbacks and repels, and power insulators, which is resistance to shield drain. Maybe not the best deflector out there, I guess. It is nice with the hull healing and the shield healing. That's a nice little bonus. Let's get info on this and take a look at what the set bonuses are. Values do not reflect other modifiers. That's strange. Usually when I get info... Ah, okay. That was very odd. It apparently just didn't scroll all the way down or something. Okay. Let's take a look at here. So Desperate Defense is the set. You need the 3 pieces of the Soul Defense. So the shield, the engine, and the deflector. Okay, so the 2-piece set. Kinetic or impact distribution manifolds. 35 kinetic damage resistance and 25 all energy damage resistance. Okay, I mean, decent tanking bonus there. And let's see here, set 3. Discharge repair nanites. Affects friend and self 5 max, 10 kilometer sphere, 2-minute recharge. Plus 62.3 hit points to allied ships within 10 kilometers radius. Affected ships restore 18.9 hit points to allied ships and fighters within 3 kilometer radius. Affected ships restore hit points to allied ships and within radius. Skills that affect this ability are hull repair. Affects friends and self 5x 10-kilometer sphere. 10-kilometer sphere. 2-minute recharge. 10-kilometer radius. Max 5 targets. So is it just a big AE heal? Is that what this is? And the affected ships heal more around them, I guess? It's kind of an interesting idea. 2-minute cooldown. Have to check to see the numbers. The numbers seem kind of low here, but you know, it's hard to judge without actually having it equipped to see what it would actually heal. But it seems more like definitely more a defensive oriented set, which I guess is appropriate since it's named Desperate Defense. So it would be good to give this a try once the 3 pieces all come out over the next few weeks of this while this episode is out. To see how good this is. I could see it being useful for tanking set. I mean, having the improved healing stats on the items would be good, and then the set itself seems like a good healing set. So it could be useful for some, like niche builds, like a healing or a tanking build, perhaps. Could make good use of it. All right, let's beam down, take a look at this uniform piece that we got. I'm very curious to see what this looks like. If it actually makes you look like a herald or what. So let's head over here to the tailor. All right, and I have no idea where this... Seven of 9. Can Romulans wear 7 of 9 outfit now? I didn't think they could. Okay, well, I'll take a look at that later, but what I really want is... I wonder where this piece is located here. Iconian resistance. Is it in uniforms? No. It's not Mako armor. It's not Undine armor. It's not the Kobali set. Uniforms, is it in the vest area? No. Is it something I have to use? Item acquired, Iconian vest outfit. I'm assuming it unlocked. Yeah, custom unlocked, outfit unlocked. Well, let me try one more time here. Where is this thing? I really am not seeing... It's not in jacket tight. Is it in jacket loose? Okay, I am definitely not seeing where this is. And it's not invest. Okay, I am not seeing where this is. Sorry, everyone. I will have to look this up and maybe come back in another video and take a look at what this Herald armor actually looks like. Very, very odd. Romulan, I just do not see it anywhere. Well, okay, I will have to come back and to give you another look at that, what that costume piece actually looks like. Iconian vest. Iconian vest. It's not there. And it's the only vest I have is the Romulan civilian vest. I don't see anything Intel long, short, no. Just want to give one last look here. I just don't see any Iconian vest. Okay, well, I don't want to spend too much time on that, but I just want to quickly give my final thoughts on this featured episode, the featured episode Midnight. And wow, I mean, what a really great mission. I was actually pretty skeptical. I was a little bit worried after the last episode that, you know, this wasn't going to have a good ending and there's going to have all kinds of loose ends and whatnot. But I am very happy with how this mission ended up. I really like how the mission progressed itself was pretty good. I like how they threw you right into the initial space combat, which was actually quite hectic, which was actually a little bit challenging as well, with a lot of Herald ships to deal with outside of the Earth space dock, which was heavily damaged. It was a very cool setting with some good cutscenes in there, showing the whole fleet and, you know, all the Herald ships. And then how Sela came in with the Dominion to assist at the end. So I really did like that initial scene. So continuing on from there, going back into the past and then seeing getting a little bit of history on the Iconians and their relationship to the Heralds, seeing their homeworld, you know, and eventually that kind of culminated where you actually get to meet each of the Iconians that you were facing in the future, and, you know, all of that kind of culminated with you having to make some tough choices about how to proceed. Whether it was still justified to actually eliminate the Iconians right then and there, or to try to let them survive. And that kind of a choice is very, very Star Trek. So I really liked that about this mission. I like that, you're giving that kind of a choice. You're faced with, when faced with that choice, if you choose the more compassionate route, the more diplomatic route, is actually the right choice, and what leads to a satisfying and successful ending to the war. If we had all eliminated him right there, I guess that might have also ended the war, but who knows what kind of adverse effects it would have had on the time stream and everything. It would have, could have changed all kinds of. The Iconians had a huge, huge influence on our timeline, and eliminating them could have changed, all kinds of things in unforeseen ways. So I really did like that ending, and how choosing the more compassionate route is what leads to the end of the war. It's a very cool, more of an uplifting kind of ending, and I like that a lot. That's kind of, the philosophy of Star Trek. Speaking of philosophy, I did like how the Iconians kind of were always almost following their own version of the Prime Directive. That was pretty cool. I liked that a lot. And, and it also showed how that can get them into trouble, because that's what, caused them to be, hated by all of the other species in the area, and caused them to unite against them and destroy their homeworld. It's because they were, all the species did not like that they were not sharing the technology with them. So it's kind of a gray area, that's always been one of the difficulties about the Prime Directive, is that it is a gray area, and it is a hard choice to make. But it does have some logic to it in its own. I mean, transforming other species with, technology way beyond what they have on their own can be dangerous. So that was another great aspect of the episode, the questioning of the Prime Directive and the morality of it. So all in all, that was really great. I liked all of those aspects, because they are very, very true to the Star Trek universe. Very true to the philosophy behind Star Trek, and and that just was very fulfilling to have it end up as it did. Now, I think the only thing I didn't like about the episode is just that in the beginning it was a little bit, forced, how now all of a sudden the Krenim ship, instead of just using it for temporal incursions and removing things from the time stream, all of a sudden it was just another time travel device to go back in time. I mean, that's kind of, it felt a little bit contrived, I guess. I mean, they I don't know. I mean, it almost kind of invalidates the whole previous featured episode. We just spent a whole episode trying to do the temporal incursions and figure out the different scenarios. And then we just said, we're not going to do anything anyway. We're just going to time travel. And I mean, if we were going to time travel, we already have other means of doing that, like slingshotting around the sun, or, taking advantage of some either the future technology, or, I mean, there's just other ways that they could have done the time travel without having to do the Krenim incursion method. So I guess that'd be kind of the weak point in the plot for me, I guess, is what that would be. But overall, I mean, once you got past that initial part of the episode and you actually got into the whole, the actual combat and going to the Iconian homeworld and making the choices that you had to make that were difficult, and then, kind of seeing how it all works into the predestination paradox with Empress Sela and becoming the other that actually helps the Iconians, and it was Sela's own actions that led to the Iconians hating the Romulans in particular and destroying Hobus. So that's just very cool. I mean, so many different aspects of this episode came together really well in the end, even if that that initial part was pretty contrived about the time travel. The rest of it worked out quite well. So, yeah, that's my thoughts. I mean, just another great episode. I think it was a good ending to the series. I thought it was interesting how Taket did break off at the end, which I think made sense for how that character was portrayed. The more warlike of the Iconians, obviously, and she wouldn't have abided by the peace treaty. She's too thirsty for vengeance at this point. And I think that kind of leaves Cryptic with a way to still have some Heralds and Iconian battles in the game even after this episode, because you could just, say those Iconians are part of Taket's, Taket's group or loyal to Taket. So, even though the other Iconians are friendly now. And it looks like they do get their homeworld back, so maybe, I don't know, maybe if you visit Iconian, are the Iconians there now? I mean, that is pretty interesting. But overall, I mean, it did seem to tie up most of the loose ends, and I liked that ending where it didn't just erase everything that happened. Now we have to move forward from where we are currently. I guess kind of the only regret I have is then, killing Matara. We went through that, and we didn't really need to do that, If we hadn't done that and went through this time travel, then maybe Matara could have still been around. But, that's unfortunate that happened that way, but I do like that this, the time travel shenanigans didn't just erase everything that happened, over the last year, several years with the Iconians. So now it did actually bring the war to an end without erasing everything. I like that. And I like that so now we have to move forward from where we're at. So that's great. I really, really like this episode and how it turned out. It was a very long episode, that's for sure. So there it is. Definitely, check out this episode and enjoy it. I really enjoyed it myself. Well, everyone, that is all. And that is all for this featured episode, Midnight. Thank you very much for watching. Bye for now.